Hello, everyone. This is Bentley from Kent, Washington. Happy Black Friday. I hope everyone who's at least in the United States had a great Thanksgiving. As you can tell, number one, we've cleaned up the algae in Tails' tank back here behind me. For those who watched the previous video and saw like the algae mess, it's a lot more under control. Glass needs a little cleaning, but otherwise it's in good shape. If you read the title, um, you might have an idea of what's going on. If you paid attention to my Instagram, you definitely know what's going on. So let's not monkey around, shall we? It's time. All of my shipping supplies have arrived. That means I can ship guppies. I, I hope that's really good news for a few folks. So here's the deal. As I said before, I'm only going to ship 10 pairs for right now. I don't want to go like digging in and completely decimating my colony, but I do want to get some of these fish out to a few of you folks before the weather gets really cold. And if you're in a super cold area, it might be very hard to ship other than like next day air. I'm just going to be honest with you. Just they're guppies. They're used to sitting at about 80 degrees. They're not going to want to be too cold. That being said, I will have 72-hour heat packs, so they can go priority. If you're in an area that's a lot like Seattle, where we're really only sitting in the 50s right now, which is unseasonably warm for us. Usually we're in the high 30s, low 40s right now. Probably a little easier, but let's get down to details. Number one, if you are interested, you're going to have to email me. It's the easiest way to contact me. Because I'm only allowing 10 pairs to go, I'm not going to allow any one person to buy more than 4 pairs. I will do some trios, and I just don't want to I don't want too many of one thing to disappear just because I do want this to stay a very healthy colony. But I've shot some videos so that we can look at a few things because there are what I call like the best ones, and I will also, in addition to those 10 pairs, or just similarly, I have what I consider my culls. Now that is to say they're not the perfect color I want. They still have the genes. They're still can produce the same beautiful color guppies, and some people might actually like these even better. I won't lie, they're really pretty fish. So let's check out the video, and I'll talk through that, and then we'll get some final details for everyone. Okay, so that's just me in the fish room this morning. Just kind of looking around, you can see the army that is swimming through this tank. So here's the basics. You're going to email me. My email is going to come on screen right now. Okay. And just, put Blue Hawaiian Moscow Guppies in the title. Just make it simple. That way I'm not, hunting for something really obscure. I will tell you what the price is. I'll respond via email. I just want to keep it a little more private. For those that really like maybe you want to put yourself at a priority and really want these fish and want to spend more than what my asking price is, I'm not going to say no. It gives me an opportunity to put some money towards some extra projects. And if I get a lot of people who want to spend more money, then I would probably donate a majority of the excess to the Overhauls family, just because I love little Caleb, and that little guy deserves everything in the world. So let's talk fish. You can see a lot of the beautiful blue guys swimming here in the back as far as the males are concerned. Good number of females. Females will get a little bit of blue in their tail, but for the most part, they're a pretty standard silver female guppy. It's really in the males with these particular fish, and you can see definitely in the background just this beautiful dark blue. That's what we're looking for. This is what you're going to get. You're probably going to get younger males. Just so they tend to ship a little better younger fish than full adults, and the finnage can sometimes get beat up in shipping. So you'll get ones that don't have full length tails, but they grow in pretty fast. Now this here is actually, I'm trying to chase him, but he's a very active swimmer. This is what I consider one of my culls. You'll notice it doesn't have the dark blue body all the way up, and it has kind of an orange stripe along the top. That's a little bit of the Hawaiian genes that were made to mix this fish. So this fish was originally a cross between a blue Moscow guppy and a sect of guppies that were being bred out in Hawaii, and then they slowly worked on him to get that beautiful blue color. in these fish that is both bright but also dark, where you've got kind of that mix where there's dark spots and bright spots, and it's just an absolutely stunner. So I do have, and I think it's only like 3 or 4 cull males. If you do get that, you'll get a normal female with them. They can definitely put off good fish, but if somebody wants culls because they want to pick something up a lot cheaper, let me know. I'm totally willing to sell some of the culls. Otherwise, they're about to be split off and just put in a separate tank. I don't kill culls. Here's an example. You can see that like big orange part on the top of his body there above the abdomen, and not that deep blue in the front. Here's another boy who's just a little more silver up front but has that big beautiful tail and that dorsal's coming in. Those are my culls. I don't really have a lot of them, and that I think speaks to the quality of this line. This colony is easily like 500 or 600 fish, and there's 4 males, probably tops, in here that are what I consider a cull. The line is really, really strong. And I've taken the time. The original owner, Leanne, really did a good job of keeping this line strong. And that just tells you there's very few birth defects. I've really only seen one fish with a bent spine out of these guys. I have seen there's a rare tendency, and I've seen maybe 6 or 7 fish, and I pull them out on purpose. I think there's one still in here I have to net, where they have a partial Siamese twin down on the underside of their belly. But if you think about it, these have been kept for generations. The previous owner had them for, I think it's 8 or so years before I got them. And from about 250 fish to about 600 or so, I've seen like 5 total cull fish. Really good. That's really good. If you think about it, that's what, 1.5% or so. I mean, it's not a lot, which is fantastic. You're almost always getting these just beautiful, brilliant blue males, lovely females that have a little bit of kind of blackish blue in the tail, but they get pretty good size on them. They're very active. They're very sociable. These guys are used to relatively soft water. I'm going to put that out there. Only about between 80 and 120 TDS. That's what they're used to at 80 degrees. So if you want to know what kind of parameters I'm keeping them in, that's what you're keeping them in. That being said, this tank does run a small amount of CO2, which is kind of buffering that down, but they're still doing very, very strong in these conditions. So we're about to wrap up the video here. We just got a few seconds left, and we'll come back to me. Just a little last shot of the guppies there. And back to me. How you going, guys? How you going? Wow, that was terrible, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm shooting this a little live just because I need to shoot this out real quick, and then I've got a bunch of stuff to get done for Black Friday, and not shopping related. I just have water changes and errands. Tomorrow you're going to get the fish room tour in the grow room. We're going to do a bunch of updates. The zebra plecos, the Blue Hawaiian Moscows, of course, Bob Steenfots, Atinjo Bosemani, all the Gary Lang rainbows I'm raising up, everything. So that room, we're going to do a tour. We'll probably tour some of the display tanks too, just so you get a little bit more than just the single room. We'll give updates on all that stuff, and then that'll be your weekend of videos. I'm going to try and shoot some extra stuff to maybe filter in as well, just so maybe I can get you more than one video a week. Of course, this is the bonus, but I've got a little bit extra time because it's the holidays, so I'm going to shoot as much as I can while doing all the errands I need to catch up on. So there's 2 things here that I really want to stress on when it comes to the fish. Again, here's my email. It's right here on the screen right now. You're going to want to contact me. Let me know that you're interested in the guppies. I am selling 10 total pairs. No more than 4 to 1 person. I will ship priority flat rate. And that's priority flat rate shipping, I think, comes out because of the heat pack and all the supplies that need to go to make sure they're insulated, and breather bags and all that kind of stuff. If I remember right, that's going to be, I think, 25. I have to do the math real fast. I'm pretty sure that's right. Just for all the kind of materials that are necessary to do that right. I cannot give a live arrival guarantee on priority. I just can't. It's 2 to 3 day shipping with fish, even though they're in breather bags, and the likeliness of any losses is extremely low. I'm going to put that there. I will also include anybody who buys stuff. I'm going to include a little bit of extra fry for free. So you're going to have some spare fish. I'm going to sell you your adults, and I'll probably throw you like an extra female or male depending on what you buy. So if you're buying like two trios, which I said I'm not really trying to stress trios here, but I will do them. Just contact me an email. Let me know what you're looking for, and I'll give you pricing. Um, I'll probably throw you like an extra female or maybe an extra male. If you bought like three trios, I might send you like one of each, so you get an extra pair, just to make sure that you've got some spare fish just in case. And then again, every order, no matter what, is going to have some spare fry. I only have so much, so don't expect like 30 or 40, but a couple fry in every order just to make sure you've got a few extras just in case. And then again, I can't guarantee that they're going to be perfect color when they age up. I'm going to be, for the most part, just kind of random scooping and fry before I can really sex them or color them properly. It's just a bonus. um, and then where I can guarantee live arrival is if you do next day express air. Um, these can all ship out next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's the 7th and 28th. That might be wrong, but I think that's right. Um, that'll get to anywhere in the United States. I can only do this in the United States. I'm sorry, international folks. I just cannot put together the cost of shipping up front. Um, and all the paperwork required in order to ship fish internationally. You have to have an importing license. I have to have a bunch of licenses in the United States in order to do that. I just can't right now. I'm a hobbyist who's doing this kind of for really the first time. Like shipping plants is pretty easy, but shipping live fish is a whole different ball game. So if you're in the United States and you've been really waiting to get these, email me. That's pretty much it. I'll give you all the info you need. Um, and like I said, if you're like really crazy, want these really bad, um, you know, you'll make it obvious, and we'll talk. Like I said, if somebody, I don't want to do more than 4 pairs to a single person. I just don't want, like, the reason why I'm not putting these on Get Gills to make it simple is I just don't want one person buying everything. I kind of want to spread them out a little bit, and I know it's like, well, you get money no matter what, fella. It's like that's not what I care about. This line is honestly almost extinct. There are so few people that have them. I mean, Fancy Till Aquatics now has them. Lucas Bretts has some from me. There's a few people that have them and are trying to get this line back to being a more common fish. But just plain and simple, after Mr. Roebuck died, they disappeared. And there's a few pockets of these fish left, and there's something really extraordinary when it comes to a blue guppy. So trying to bring this line back, spreading it out a little more across the country so that more people can create colonies and that we can keep this fish alive is really important to me. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay awesome.